Hey guys, I'm going to share with you a little bit of what I'm going through, but first I'm going to read in James. We've actually been studying it for our Bible verses. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. That verse is really cool. It's really saying how God, He puts things in our lives. He puts tests and He puts trials in our lives to help us persevere through them and follow Him. But I'm going to go back and tell you about last year. Last year, if you don't know, I was in a football game, and we were on kickoff, running down, and someone came and hit me in the back, and I twisted around and planted my foot, and I got cheap shotted. And I blew out my ACL, tore my MCL, and my meniscus. I had surgery, and I was doing good, and then during that time, there was also a girl, her name was Marissa, and she goes to our church, and she had tore her ACL, and she went in for surgery, and when they got in, there was nothing wrong with her knee, and I was like, well, why did this happen to her? She's fine. And not me. Why did nothing have that? Why didn't you heal me? I was questioning God. I began to get angry at God. Why couldn't I go? Why couldn't I play the drums? Why couldn't I play football anymore? And I just fell into like a really deep depression, and it really brought me down. In church, I would just cross my arms, not worship, just totally felt like God didn't even care for me, didn't love me. But to get out of the depression, I began to respond to God. I had to follow God. I had to go to Him. But everything was starting to get okay. I was starting to get into the Word more, and then this summer I went to Argentina, and for a couple of years now I felt that God's called me to the mission field. So I went to Argentina, and God really opened up my heart, and He just gave me peace and helped me and understand that He loves me, and just opened up my eyes so I could see maybe what God has for my future. But I got back from Argentina, and then a day later I went straight to football camp. Well, at football camp, the first day I went out for a pass and jammed my foot in the ground, and I hyperextended my leg, and I was out for football camp. So I went to the doctor, and I got an MRI. Well, the MRI showed that there was nothing wrong, that I just had some bruising and stuff. So I went back into football about 2 or 3 weeks later, and I played in a scrimmage. We played National Trail. I got a sack. I sacked the quarterback, and a couple plays later, I planted my foot, and it totally gave out on me, and I felt everything like shift in my knee. It was just crazy. So I went back to my surgeon, got another MRI, and it said nothing was wrong. There was just bone bruising again. So me and my dad had decided that I just wasn't going to play football this year, because we can't keep going to the doctor and getting an MRI. So my surgeon said, okay, then we'll go in and on September 2nd, we'll go in and scope your knee. And what a scope is they go into your knee and they just look at it. It's like an exploratory surgery. So they open it up and they find that my ACL was starting to shred and my meniscus was tore. So they go in and take out the ACL they put in last year and remove some of my patella tendon and put that as my ACL. And then my meniscus, they put in 7 staples and a screw. and here I am now, not being able to walk for about 4 more weeks. But it's just been pretty hard, but this year I've decided not to go down that path of darkness that I went in last year. I've decided that I'm going to follow God and get into His Word. And what I've been learning is that God, He allows things to happen in our life to equip us for the plan or the invention that He has designed specifically for us, for me, or for you. And then I have one more verse. This is my life verse, actually. It's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. God has a plan for us, and we just have to respond to Him. And He allows things to happen in our life, but we just have to persevere through those things and follow Him.